The other one, Aaron. The other one. Yes.
Good morning. It's easier. Good morning. Welcome to the 26th annual Day of the Artist and Poet. 26 years we've been putting this on. It started with you. It started with that man right there. Please stand up.
Please stand up.
Yes. Mr. Weekly, when did you stop? When did you start and stop teaching at Bowman?
Fall of '92. The first event was spring of '93. The booklet was titled "Bulldogs on a Tie-Dyed Sea."
Can imagine, and it's grown and evolved ever since. So there's a few people we definitely need to thank and acknowledge. So the first person I'd like to acknowledge is Lynn Seacrest is here from the Wish Foundation, and she's helped fund to make these books. The Wish Foundation actually funded to create the books. So thank you, Lynn, for joining us. Also, Mr. Mike Coombe, who has helped do all our sound and get everything ready. And you guys know that's right. Now, I have a question for you. Do you know the most important job for an administrator at any school campus? What that would be? The most important job? Not the cafeteria. Anything else? Yes, what is it?
Making sure everyone's safe on the road.
Yeah, that's pretty important. But there's something even above that that helps keep safety. The number one job of any administrator is to hire well. You gotta hire good people, right? So you can make things happen. So we're fortunate at Bowman that we have hired some fantastic people, and that's why these events from Richard Weekly going on in Mike Mansfield, these events continue to happen because we hire the right people to support you. So I want to acknowledge a couple of people. This art display is because we hired a really fantastic teacher this last year, Susan Olin. Stand up. How many of you have had Susan? Learned some great stuff in there. And then, of course, this all event comes together, and I think Mary Gaskin, I want to point you out at the back. Mary was teaching art. She's done the Day of Artist for years and years and years. And lastly, and most importantly, how many of you have had Mr. Mike Mansfield? Huh? Right. So he has helped organize this function and continued on the tradition that we have from Mr. Weekly. So I'd like to bring on Mr. Mike Mansfield.
How's everybody doing?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Thank you very much for showing up. Thank you very much for being here. You know what? I feel like I am so honored to share this day with you, to share this moment with you, to have you here, and to right, and to please just come every day, right? You know, I need cheering like that for sure, and just this opportunity to share this magic that happens here on this campus with everyone. This is an incredible program. These are amazing people. They've lived absolutely like stunning lives, and they have wonderful stories to tell. And I feel like I need to be, to almost like shut up and move on and start the poetry, because they have so much more important things to say than I do. I really do want to thank everyone for being here. Again, I'd like to thank the Wish Foundation so much for your generosity and just making sure that this can all happen. It really wouldn't be here without you. So thank you so much for this. 26 years. This baby is 26 years old. And thank you again for giving me this opportunity, passing the torch to me to allow this, Mr. Weekly. I really appreciate that. So thank you. This is a wonderful event. I would love to kick this off just with some poetry, like right off the bat. And if you have a book, we're just going to start alphabetically. And we're going to start on page 5. Is Andrew here? Okay, then we might start on page 7. Okay, so Jasmine? Yeah, first. No, is Jasmine Andrews here? Okay, all right. Right, not you. I'm sorry, there's so many Jasmines. Okay, so let's see. Could I have, let's see. Actually, you know what? I think this is a good place to start. Is Drea here? Drea? All right. Drea, come
Okay, so this poem is called The Rose Petals Fall. The rose petals fall, the tall trees move. My heart aches, but only in this world. I close my eyes and explore unknown galaxies where the rose stems drop tears of red. Roses full of thorns that have cut everything but me. Do they smell the lovers who once whispered, she loves me not. And the treetops sway, they begin at roots, and within are buried seasons' memories. Above fall leaves, only wishing to bless the purest. And I wonder if they can see the beauty in the sky. Listen as the birds sing the sorrows away. Watch as they blissfully fly from treetops to new beginnings. Watch as the clouds draw their stories. Watch as their pens make no mistake. What you read is your personalized fairy tale, and I wonder if this beauty is mine, or can you see it too? Do you watch above as she speaks to us? Do you watch as they walk away from the tears of earth? Do you hide when the sun is smiling? Do they still wander across the rainbow bridge? Or do they no longer wonder what lies beyond? Only when I close my eyes, we enjoy the tickles of the wind and the kisses of the sky. Only when I open my heart, we enjoy the purity of her soul.
Sure. Right on. Okay, we're gonna try something a little different. We're gonna see if we can actually hold the microphone. And I'm gonna pass the microphone on symbolically here to Lyndon, who is going to be reading the poem by Alexander Baumgart. Right?
It's called Never Will I Ever. Never will I ever again run through my best friend's house as it is filled with his laughter. Never will I ever again see his smile upon his brightly lit face. Never will I ever again frisk his older sister or play with his ever so joy-filled younger sisters. Never will I ever again walk down the block to spend what felt like minutes with my best pal until the sun fell below the orange-tinted horizon. Never will I ever have the sun beating down on my back as we cooled down in the crystal blue pool. We were 14, maybe even 13 years old. We were very young kids, drunk on youth without a care in the world. We were the best of friends from the nervous contact. We were next to inseparable friends, even to the very end. Never will I ever again sit next to my best friend of 6 years and play old school video games with him on a beaten up Xbox 360. Never will I ever again play hide and seek in a home with no more light than the moon provided through the closed blinds. Never will I ever again, with the exception of dreams, will I hear his voice call out in laughter and joy before being silenced in my darkest of nightmares. Never will I ever again find the same joy walking down that scorching hot tar black road. Never will I ever again find the same bright lit face peering behind dirty white metal screen doors. Never will I ever again hear her say the name of my dearest without being utterly destroyed by the thought of my oldest and dearest friend. Because I moved from that small town, because I left my old life behind, because I left remnants of my former me that was shy and wasn't outgoing, because I ripped off the shackles of the familiar. I was allowed to bring on the new. Never will I ever forget the cold faces of strangers in a new place. Never will I ever forget the absence of a friend I held so dearly for the length of years. Never will I ever forget the first faces that became close enough to call friendly. Never will I ever forget the voice inviting me to hang out and spend time. Never will I ever forget the death that let me down to the first tragic heartbreak of my lifetime. Never will I ever forget the warm voice that I learned to love so much. Never will I ever forget the countless hours in close comfort with the person who I believed to be perfect. I was a fool. I was a fool lost in the perfect impersonation of happiness. I was a fool led down an avenue I should have never found. I was a fool blinded by the promises of a good, happy life. I was a fool rejecting the truth that became so clear like crystal looking back. And because never will I ever forget the previously unobtainable joy that swelled through my heart like anticipation at the top of a roller coaster. Never will I ever forget the steady decline that followed after what seemed like a month of pure bliss. Never will I ever forget the cold shower of reality and emptiness that swept through my emotions like a tidal wave. Never will I ever forget the hours left in solitude with nothing more than my thoughts. Never will I ever forget the unquestionable loneliness that was left in my heart without what I believed to be the true love of my life. Never will I ever stop trying to escape the emotionless pit that I found myself so deep in. Never will I ever stop waking in the middle of the night in cold sweat from the nightmares that reside in my memories. Never will I ever stop hearing the voices of people from my past, both near and far, all the people I've failed, all the people who have left me cold and in pain. Never will I ever stop writing this poem because my story hasn't ended yet.
Thank you, Lennon. All right. Okay. Let's see. We are going to fast forward actually, because I want to get to page. There's a problem about that. Bailey? We have Bailey Rogers.
All right, if you guys heard that little monkey talking, that was mine, so I apologize. My name is Bailey. I'm 18. I graduated about 5 months ago, and I'm very honored that Mike asked me to come back to read a little bit. I am going to read 2 poems. Both of them are in the book, and the first one I'm going to read is called You and I Painted the Town. You and I painted the town. We danced in the inks and vibrancies of each other. We relished in one another's blank canvases and attempted to fill them up with new, exciting realities. I left you a masterpiece. You left me a color by numbers. The lines all coexisted, but the concepts weren't quite complete. You became a statue around me, hardening with my touch. I spent long nights visiting the museum of what we had. You had long since stolen the artifact tucked away in the cage behind my chest. You collected the pigment running rampant in the vines running deep beneath my chest. You bottled the rain that fell from the vessels formerly known as my eyes, painted that bottle bronze, and put it on your shelf. Just another lonely trophy surrounded by so many others. How had you turned me into this? How did I allow this? You planned to let dust collect atop me. There was no realm that would ever amount to reality. I found myself falling out of your grasp. The plaster you encased me in shattering, but with it my heart. I'm still numb. I'm still cold. And I'll admit that I'd rather be a bronze trophy on your shelf than a gold one on his. I know a lot of breaths in the house. Okay, this poem is called Goodbye. If you were in Mike's class for this, you'll know that this was the poem that I read on the day that I left and graduated. So I'm convinced Mike just tries to make me cry sometimes. All right, I'm not gonna cry. My makeup's too nice to cry. Okay. I love you. It's gonna be okay. Don't worry. Goodbye. Okay. Once he's gone, read. Such a good parent, I swear. Okay. Arrivederci, aloha, ciao, au revoir, bon voyage, shalom, goodbye. These are all acceptable ways to say goodbye to someone, anyone from all over the world, and yet none of them feel acceptable enough to use to say goodbye to you all. Arrivederci. In Italian, arrivederci means roughly until we see each other again. My loves, my friends, my newfound family, while I say goodbye, I promise that this will not be the last time. Our words' outstretched arms will meet in a comforting hold at least once more, and after that, in the grip that it has on our hearts and in the memories we'll always share. Arrivederci until we meet again. Aloha. This Hawaiian word is used as both welcome and farewell, but also for expressions of good wishes, love, and affection. When I joined this class, I learned to welcome myself and say farewell to a part of myself I'm so glad I'll never have to see again. What was a beacon of darkness is now a headlight on extra bright, so aloha, welcome, and farewell. Chow. Chow has an interesting origin. In the 1920s, Chow arose as a dialectal alteration of Xiaobo, which translates as I am your slave. Like aloha, Chow does double duty as both a term of greeting and parting. Since I said hello to poetry again, I have been a slave for it. Everything I think has an air of whimsical nature to it now. The way I speak is more structured, and I use metaphors way more than I care to admit, as I'm sure we all do. Part of that may dissipate the way a cool fog does on the San Francisco Bridge at noonday when the sun's rays are the brightest. There you go, metaphor. But I will always be a slave for the language of poetry that I fell in love with. Ciao. Au revoir. Au revoir directly translates as to the seeing again, anticipating a meeting in the future. I have met people in this class that I will take into my future with me. I have met people I can consider best friends in the most unlikely of ways. I have been given a home when I didn't have one, literally. Au revoir to the seeing again, my sweet friends. Bon voyage. Another common French term with widespread usage is bon voyage, good journey, used to express good wishes to someone who is about to embark on a trip. Whether or not you all know it, you're all going to go on a journey into the very depths of who you are. You're going to dig down into the very pits and perhaps pitfalls of who you are and rescue the tiny voice inside yourself dying to scream out. It's okay to be afraid to finally be you. I know I am too. Bon voyage, good wishes on your trip. Shalom. The Hebrew word can be used as both a welcome and a farewell. Shalom is the widespread Hebrew goodbye that translates as peace, but a more formal parting would be to say Shalom al-Chaim, or peace be with you. You and I, and every soul who will ever walk the face of the earth, will struggle in some way or another. I almost promised multiple times even. How blessed are we to have been given the gift of cohesive language that we all use every day to express our uttermost pride and strife. These struggles may be a source of discomfort, but Shalom al-Chaim, peace be with you. I sound a little crazy, sorry. Goodbye. Used to express good wishes when parting or at the end of a conversation. This is the end of a conversation. It is the close of the fairy tale book I read when I was a little girl, but never thought would play out. It is the roadblock to an unfinished freeway with so much ahead and yet no access to it. Just a glimpse of what may be. While I leave today, and some of you may be doing the same, others of you are left behind to glimpse at your own unfinished road. Without me or without anyone, you have the strength of 100 bricks and mortar and the grace of a lily pad floating across a pond. Goodbye, the sweetest wishes in our parting at the end of our conversation.
Hey, Mike?
Yes.
All right. Don't, that's a threat. Mic drop is a threat where I come from. I'm gonna do a mic check real quick though. Check. All right. Let's go back to the front of the book. He's not here. Otherwise he'd be like, stop. Right? Okay. So I would like to invite up here. Nice. Mr. Alec Calderon.
Sure. Well, first I just wanted to say, wow, you guys really impressed me. You guys are so talented, all you guys. And we're at the end of high school. Think about that. That really takes a lot to get to where we're at. We've gone through everything up to this point. Honor yourself for that. Seriously. Yeah. This one's called Ego of Man, Heart of God. The prideful man boasts his chest. He takes pride in his story. His story is where his sense of self-worth and masculinity derives from. What would he be if it wasn't for his story? The man boasts his chest while the God exalts his heart. For his heart remains beating long after the story has been told. The man thinks while the God knows. The man claims to be while the God is. The God embraces, exalts, and exerts the fervent, raw essence of the heart. The God leads, follows, walks, talks, sees, hears, feels, and knows with his heart. The God knows that the masculine energy of the mind is lost if it is not to follow and serve his queen, the heart. The God never walks in fear, for fear does not exist within the truth of the heart. Though appearing hard as stone, the man who boasteth himself is but an egg. Humpty Dumpty had a hard shell at one point too. I got one more. Thank you. This one is called Lucifer. Life in the now, the only time that exists, is a blank sheet of paper. The night sky waiting to be illuminated by a firework. Her ovum waiting to be fertilized. Oh, I think that part got taken out. We draw everything. We draw everything. Each character, the setting, the whole story. Though unfortunately most paint with their eyes closed. Somewhere down the line, our blank sheet erected boundaries and lines that turn into an unoriginal fill-in-the-blanks coloring sheet that we reprint and fill in daily. But we keep ourselves here. Sometimes we even like it to have someone else to show us where to move. But the truth is, the lines don't exist. The boundaries are nothing more than deeply rooted illusions. Just like the idea that anybody ourselves is drawing our reality for us at all. Or that beauty has a specific form and our self-worth and love for ourselves must be conditional. We seem to have forgotten about the thousands of colors we keep locked away in storage. I am the artist, the art, and the clear canvas. I am the light bearer, son of the morning. Though my pencil may run dull, it shall always be sharpened again. For I am the dawn that emerges from dusk. I am truly infinite.
All right. I love live broadcasts. All right. Is Trevor here? I don't think I saw him, but I just wanted to give him a chance. T-Bone? No? Okay. Aiden. Aiden Cockrell. Nice.
This poem's called I'm With You. When the pain is too strong to bear, I'm with you. When the words are shot at you like a Gatling gun, and you don't know how to give a rebuttal, I'm with you. When you can't tell right from wrong, and there's no end in sight, I'm with you. When you work and work and work with no rest, I'm with you. When your head is hung low, and you don't want to give up, I'm with you. When you feel alone in a fight you'll never win, I'm with you. When life has thrown too many curveballs and you just want to strike out, I'm with you. If you ever feel like you need some help but don't know who to ask, I'm with you. Through thick and thin, I will always be with you.
Awesome. All right, I think we've got time for one or two more before our musical guest. So, let's see, is it Sarah here? Okay. Scarlett.
What?
Scarlett. Scarlett Cuevas.
I'm nervous. Okay. Thank you. Support. Wait, let me find my page first.
31, don't worry, girl, I got you.
Blessing.
30, all right, start at 30.
Okay. This one's called plagiarism. She believes my body is my temple. She spent years building carefully and cautiously, putting it together piece by piece. Through trial and error, she created something words don't even have the ability to explain. She doesn't care who heard the rumor you made up. This was her home and she created it. But you still dare to walk her land and claim it as your own. You saw value and wanted ownership without explanations. You cared for the title it would give. You could have admired and been inspired. You did not hesitate to take advantage with your lies. You said she was yours. and you didn't even realize you were talking about a goddess and her empire. This next one is, she doesn't know, but it's for my mom. She's right here. Happy Mother's Day. Okay. Ooh, I'm nervous. Okay. The day is done, but the clock won't stop ticking. Mama's in deep sleep. All I hear is our breathing. And because our hearts are still beating, our sounds our sounds bounce off the blank walls decorated with our song. No matter how long I hold my breath, okay. You sang to me on tougher days, and you told me everything was going to be okay when we both knew it wasn't. You watered me and watched me grow. Mama, you fed my soul. The good in my roots are from the love and nurture you planted. Y'all have no idea how much we've been through. Let me just say that real quick. It's been me and my mom like most of my life, so. The good in my roots are from the love and nurture you planted. I will never take it for granted. No te preocupes, mama. I will never take it for granted. No te preocupes, mama. No matter how far up I go, you and I are intertwined forever in tu corazón.
Thank you. All right, it's time for our musical performance. Landra, you ready? Yes? Here we go.
Hi, I'm Alondra. And I'm gonna play a simple song. It's Riptide. I was scared of the dentist and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and started conversations. All my friends are turning green. You're the magician's assistant in their dreams. And they come unstuck. Running down to the red tide, taking me back to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna say the words wrong. There's this movie that I think you like. This guy decides to quit his job and heads to New York City. This cowboy is running from himself, and she's been living on the highest shelf. And they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the red tide, taking me away to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna say the words wrong. And
to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand man. I love you when you sing that song, yeah. I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Thank you. I just love being in the room with you people. You're so talented, you know? The poetry, the music, everything that Bowman has here is just so unique and special. Thank you very much for being here. All right. So we're going to get back into poetry, and I can think of no better place to pick up where we left off than inviting Mr. Abraham Doggone up here.
All right, the title of my poem is Blackbird. Haven't you heard the word or sounds of a sweet blackbird? Asleep yet woken, pleasure and treasure is a token. Broken wing of a spoken thing, a king to the ring, to bring a warning curse or lucky blessing. Morning and evening, ending a new beginning. Sing to me, you are everything to me. Haunting song of your soul, it's okay to feel how you are now. It is not wrong, which can make us whole. Symbolism of anger and danger, stranger and changer. Real forever, fake never. Heal my feather and deal my leather. Let us walk and talk together, above the clouds and under the heather. Sweet blackbird, knew, grew and flew through any weather. And I said, sweet blackbird, sweet blackbird, sweet blackbird, until the end of time, after war by crime. Sigh, the sky is when you really high. Please don't you cry, appease won't you try. You are sly and you can fly. Please don't die, please don't lie. Why are you shy? You are hurting, well so am I. Come with me, he or she. See, we three are free to be the tree. Sink the sea and flee. Wink the eye, bye-bye. They cannot defy or deny you. Weeping willow on the sleeping pillow. Took the road less traveled by train. Landed on the window pane in the rain of pain. Simple and plain. To think more thoroughly about your life, now you must use your second sight, not fight. That's right. This is a moment you've been searching for as a ghost at night. On a coast flight, stars bright. And there's a blinding light inside of you. Very special. You should learn from what is in front or behind you. Past that's history, future that's mystery, present that's gift. Raise up and lift. Love is the best answer, enhancer, and romancer. Hate is the worst cancer and dancer. Abandon your nest, stand in your test, there you go rest. Wind can blow, fire can grow, water will flow, ground will snow. Sun and moon glow, the more you know of the crow. So follow the show. 1 for sorrow, 2 for borrow, 3 for tomorrow, 4 by wealth, 5 by health, 6 by stealth, 7 is grown, 8 is shown, 9 is unknown, but 10, you are on your own. Spread your message of change, but remember to have read the presage. There's a safe haven even for a deadly behaving raven. A maven that is braven, in the garden heavy with flower blossoms, perfume in the air. Beware and be aware. Are you all listening to your living heart and tuning into the voice of its call? Far away is the first old dark night, giving birth to the final light cold day. They say the truth ain't pretty, But from that mouth, the lies is pity. Because you aren't going south. And you got plenty, you just get me. Oh yeah, you so cute. I am in awe. Made it out alive. Made it out alive. We need your life. We need your life. Sweet blackbird. Sweet blackbird. Sweet blackbird.
Nailed it. Nailed it. Landon. 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 Hi. Landon. 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 Landon.
Right on.
I see an old picture of me. I see fresh flesh that never saw the grave. There are red veins and whole skin, and the thought of a new brain that makes me feel alive. I see the face of a victim, latent horror in their eyes. There are worms now and rotting skin and an empty head that makes me feel hungry. I wish I were not a zombie.
Thank you, sir. All right, we're gonna skip around again.
Is that the he did Bowman with you? I would so enjoy that class.
Right? Okay, up next. Alexis?
I'll let me give one.
Only one, that's fine.
I miss you too. Okay, I'm gonna read Hey There. Hey there, do you remember me? I'm the one who was there for you when no one else was. I'm the one who loved you when no one else did. I'm the one who you wanted forever with. Hey there, do you remember me? I'm the one who stood by you even when you were wrong. I'm the one who no longer loves you. I'm the one who can no longer stand by you. I can no longer stand the thought of forever with you. Hey there, do you remember me?
Awesome. Okay, so we are going to skip ahead right now to page 112. And I am going to ask up here Miss Rachel.
What? Mama. Go ahead.
Okay, is it going down?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. This is called Sunshine. Okay. I've tried to understand life, but instead I stand under an umbrella in the rain. I've tried to find sunlight on cloudy days, but instead I'm overwhelmed with fresh raindrops and gray skies. I've tried to enjoy the gusty winds, but instead I miss the sunlight. I've tried to enjoy the cold, but instead I miss the warmth of sunlight on my precious little face.
All right. While we're skipping around the book, let's skip to the very back of the book, the back cover. I'm going to invite up here Miss Haley Hayes.
Okay. So the first one is called Love Is Its Own. They may shine, but you gleam. They may be pretty, but you have intelligence like no other. They may be gold, but you are shining silver. And some people will prefer that, and that's okay. And you don't need to be them, but you need to be you. They will love you for you. Who wouldn't? Okay, this one is called Young and Nothing Special. I am 17. I do understand that I am not an adult, and I do understand that my life is just beginning. But please tell me, what does the real world mean? Teachers claim once, twice, 3 times a day that they're preparing us for the real world as if the last 17 years of my life has been a free demo of a game. I have the thought that my life will mean nothing if I do not attend college injected in my veins. And I have been taught that my words are worthless, lost in an abyss, if not typed in size 12 font Times New Roman. I have to breathe. All right. 17 years. I've lived through life, death, heartbreak, pain, beauty, hatred, and love, and yet that is not enough to make me worth something. My words and life's meaning are lost in the wind unless I hold a paper in my hands titled diploma. 17. I have my heart in my throat, shaky hands and knees, a loss of breath, as you can tell, to stand here and speak words that mean something to me, that could make a difference to someone, but these pure words of truth and emotion are not getting me my diploma, so I guess they're worthless. I am not graduated, therefore I am useless. And please tell us that all of our unheard voices, we ask you to tell you that I am wrong. Tell me you see me and all alike, that we are intelligent people with great passion, no matter our education. Tell us we are worth something. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you've done. We are all humans. Do not make me or anyone else feel that we are less than worth something. We are misunderstood and trying. Please.
Finally, somebody said it.
Okay. Let's see. Is Lorenzo in the room? All right. Well, let it be known I called him out. Sophia, it's time. All right.
Wait, do I have to turn the mic? No, you can talk. Oh, okay. No, I don't know. Oh, okay. I'm gonna read The Room of My Life. Yeah. Here in the room of my life, there are flowers hanging, bright orange walls filled the 4 corners. I see the clouds moving, the coming storm. On the ceiling window, I see glass dolls smiling at me. But then the room of my life was changed. Here in the room of my life, faces looked at me. Here the walls were melting black, like a candle. No light, no clouds, but darkness. There are black and blue sights, smiles and love. I think not, more evil grins and frowns.
The Coming Storm. That was our title poem. Thank you. All right. Is Alana here? No? Okay. All right. Let's see. I don't know if Kim and Cheese is here. All right. Let's see. Is John here? Okay. I think we both had a realization who is next at the exact same time. Melvie.
Okay. This is called Memories. I can't tell. Okay. Memories of you are bittersweet, like a trapdoor of love and depression. They say memories fade. I believe the most important ones never do. Memories of laughs and memories of tears, how happy we were, so many days of adventures and nights of fears. Unpredictable conversations, how sure we were that the world was ours. Memories, like a garden carried in the heart, and I'm the worst at knowing how to manage the flowers. Oh, I can't breathe. Anyways, okay, that was the first one. This one's called Pops. You were supposed to keep me safe. You were supposed to wipe my tears. You were supposed to show me what love is. You were supposed to keep me from a heartbreak. You were supposed to be the realest man I know. Because of you, I can't show people love. Because to you, showing how you feel is a sign of weakness. Now, I would never want to disappoint you. You were supposed to make me feel loved, but how ironic is it that you were the first to break my heart?
Woo. Let's keep it going. Adriana? Come on. No? No? Okay. All right. Then could I please invite up here Miss Jordan. Miss Jordan. All right, it's okay if you don't want to. That's all right. Okay. It's all right. So then, well, Muna, just don't sit down. Because I'm gonna have Miss Muna Khan come up here, please.
You're not ready for the heat. Just kidding. Wait, hold up. Sheldon, can you guys hear me? Okay.
No.
You can hold the mic. It'll be loud. Hold the microphone. Okay. This is called Normal Girl. It's like I'm alive, but I'm not alive. Right out. The days, the night. Got caught in a hurricane. Running like a hopeless child from a nightmare I haven't forgot. Can't tell if I'm sane or I've lost my sanity. It's like I'm alive, but I'm not alive. I can't breathe. Well, I can, but I feel like I'm drowning in a mist of my thoughts and my emotions. Divine at 17, 102 in my neuro. Desperate to feel, waiting and waiting for something to miraculously grasp my bloody pure essence, just cater it. I haven't, but I need to. But what's death to a dead girl? It's like I'm alive, but I'm not alive. Okay. This one doesn't have a title because I just wrote it, but it's never a loss, always a lesson. I'm thankful for all my blessings. Love and hate, we can all relate. Pushing through disappointment to find rejoicement. Giving credit to the path I've overcame. Letting go of stress so I can have better days. I'm dominating and contemplating. Reaching milestones, I'ma snatch the throne. The queen has made an opening, she's on fire and there's no stopping me. I'm grinding till my mental bleed, till I get this bag on me. I'll relax and be free watching my future family eat. There's no better feeling, to know breathing was a burden, but now look at me, stacking paper and finding inner peace, loving life just as it's supposed to be.
Awesome. All right. What do you say, Kim? Yes? All right, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kimberly Lynn.
This poem is called I Know. I know how he feels. We went through it together. He went through it worse, and I know what happened. I know that he still hurts. He takes his anger out on video games.
You good, Mama?
He punches stuff when he's mad, but that's because he doesn't know what to do. He's not easy to talk to, even though I never show how much I care. I hope he knows that I love him. I'll never understand how he really feels, but I hope that he can stop feeling his past.
Thank you. Deep breath. Awesome. Rose. Rose. poem up here? Hey, Rose. Yes. Yes.
You're good.
You're good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Rose Lopez.
Oh my God. Oh, but I took his book from
You got this, girl.
Okay. This one's called Hey Rose. It was like a joke. I was kind of just writing it like I won it. I wrote it like 2 a.m. the night it was due. And I was half asleep, but I think I relate to it more now than I did then. Hey Rose, how you doing, Rose? Are you passing, Rose? Oh my God, I'm crying. I need her. Come. Okay, right here. I know I'm tiny. I'm sorry.
I know, you're gonna
It's all love, girl. I'm gonna start over. Hey Rose, are you passing, Rose? Do you do your work without slacking, Rose? Come on, Rose, you're better than that, Rose. You need to succeed. Just put down the paint, get a book, and start to read. How's your GPA? Looking a little better today? No. Hey Rose, stop acting like a failure. It's not okay. You can't stay at that school. It's not for you. Dropout kids and criminals know you need to go back. Stop dancing, Rose. Do your homework, Rose. Ooh, this is bad.
You can do it.
Do it.
You got this, Rose. You got this.
Breathe, mama.
Okay.
Breathe through all
Yeah.
Wait, hold it. Collect your thoughts. Breathe in and out. You got this.
Carlos, I hate you.
I love you.
Okay. Stop dancing and do your homework. You have no time to slack. You're a senior now. Your time is running low. Put down the makeup. This isn't a show. You must work hard and get where you need to go. Oh yes, college, that's right. How's that going? Have you applied? No. Oh dear, how sad. Rose is already turning up back. This is the second time I've cried in front of a big group of people. This is this year. My goodness, stop singing, Rose. Take off that gown. Stop trying to impress. You look like a clown. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Get out a textbook and turn to chapter 9. Keep your head in the book. Stop looking outside. You aren't an artist or a dancer, Rose. Those things must look sad. Don't worry, you'll see. A doctor or a lawyer is who you should be. I cried all over your book, and I'm sorry.
That's okay. We gotta get these books made with like water absorbent pages. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or you should have a box of tissues.
Right? I definitely should have. Yeah, I totally feel. I should have had a box of tissues. Nice. All right. So we're gonna skip around a little bit. I have a few I call them midnight entries, and I want to give them a chance to go up. So if I could have Kyle, Mr. Kyle Hutton, come up here.
Hello, I'm Kyle. I joined into Mike's class a little late, and so this is my first poem I've ever wrote, and I wrote it a week ago. I really haven't had a chance to read it. And the girl in this poem, his name is Bethany. That's my little sister. I didn't describe it in the poem. The poem name is called Ring Ring. I sit on the kindergarten foam floor. Ring ring. Kyle, you're going home. I rush for my backpack, happy as can be. Grandma? Ring, ring, something does not feel right. I walk through the front door. My dad lays silent. My mom is in tears. Ring, ring, she tells me Daddy's dying. Does his heart still beat? I lay my head on his chest and listen to his heart ring. 2 hours later, he is deceased. Ring, ring. Mom, Bethany told me she's going to kill herself. All my mom can ask is why. She responds, bullies. Rumors spread like the bruises on her body. I can't take it. Goodbye public school, hello homeschool. I smoked weed one time. I was labeled a drug addict. Ring, ring, rehab 2 weeks later to clear my mind. 4 days in, ring, ring, you need to pick up your son. He's been kicked out. January 8th, I heard the same words. This time I'm kicked out of my house. $100 to my name. I park my car up the street where I sleep for the next 4 weeks. I deal with all of this, but I can't help to think there's someone out there who has it worse than me. My dad might be dead, and my sister might be suicidal, but I survived, and that's all that matters. Ring, ring.
Kyle, we're proud to have you here, man. Thank you. All right. Carson.
Hi, guys. The poem I'm reading is Should I Turn It In? While I sit here writing this poem, I planned on writing about my anxiety. Well, I have anxiety. Because last week I decided I wasn't going to write this, and not because I didn't want to, but because it wasn't going to be good enough. Overthinking every word being written as my hands are trembling, trying to apply enough pressure to the keyboard to create another word. My own voice faintly repeating that I can't think like a broken record player, behind the switching of channels between the left and right ear, trying to grasp any other noise around me to focus in on. So I don't have to address my foot repeatedly twitching back and forth, and my constant pauses between words to twist the ring on my finger another 180 degrees. Or pulling a piece of my hair from behind my ear just to place it right back where it was, cracking my fingers as if it will release enough of this feeling that maybe my heart will slow down and my body won't be squirming to get out of sitting in the same position for longer than 5 minutes. I brush my bottom lip with my thumb and I see blood on my finger because I broke the skin from excessively pinching. Avoiding eye contact because I can't let anyone know that the reason I'm not turning in my work isn't because I refuse to or have a lack of self-motivation and care, but because I can't stop being afraid of being afraid.
Important words that we all need to hear coming from your mouths. Thank you so much for sharing this stuff. Could I please now call up Tokayo? No?
No, Michael!
Come on, Michael. No? Okay, all right. I respect it. That's okay. Okay. Then, Sarani. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Hello, I'm only reading one today because that's all I can handle. And it's called Alone. Alone, I can't control you. Alone, I know I was meant to let go of you. Alone, I still feel your vines rooted deep within me. Alone, I believe you are the beast I will always have to hold at bay. Alone, I am your tamer. Alone, I just can't do it anymore. Alone, I can't release you from me because you have become me. Alone.
Thank you. All right. Is Ben here? I didn't see him come in, but I just wanted to check before I moved on. All right. Then, could I please call up here? Is Alyssa Patton?
Looking like a queen, I see you.
Hi.
This is called A Day. Have you ever had a day without emotion, where nothing could faze you, and you have no idea where your soul went, as if it was stolen in the night? You know you are expected to have the right reactions, but you can't seem to manage. And then you know the storm is coming. The breakdown. But now I've warded off anyone and everyone who could have helped me. I'm going to solitude to take cover, sorry. Sorry if you don't hear from me. Have you ever had a day with no motivation, where you start to realize everything is pointless, and you feel yourself slowly giving up, as if you just want to fade into the earth? You don't want to be gone forever, and you know the storm will pass, but your sanity makes you question your capability. I'm going to get help.
I like the bowing thing. I'm gonna do that. No, just all right. We've got a few more poets left, and already we're getting close to the end. It's crazy, isn't it? Let's see. Let's see. Is Anthony here? Okay. All right. I want to make sure. I know Anthony over there was like. Then could I please have Maria up here? I'm going to give you a heads up. This is some of the best hair I've seen in a long time.
I don't. Oh, you have it here? Okay. 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 My sweet serenity. I never believed in love at first sight, but there you were. The way your soft hazel eyes stared at me made me not want to look away. I never really thought love was a thing because of my parents' divorce and the things my dad did to our family, and also my sister's boyfriend couldn't even stay after 2 kids. As a kid, I prayed to find someone to love me back, even though I felt like the whole world hated me. And I eventually gave up. Years and years hating myself, telling myself I'm not beautiful and that I'm not perfect in anyone's eyes, but you changed that. They say time heals everything, and the love in the heart has a habit of waiting for something it's never truly going to find, but you prove me wrong. You remind me that I'm worth something every day. I guess in a weird way you can kind of, I guess in a weird way, you're kind of the reason why I don't regret anything in life. There's billions of people in the world, and I'm happy that you stumbled across my world. Billions of cosmic chaos, and it's all just for me to appreciate the way the sunset reflects on your eyes. Our love is strong. Our love is realizing that you're not perfect and the world isn't perfect. I know my heart is not much to give, but I know I hope it's enough. I love you and thank you for putting up with me. Here's to a year and 9 months. And now we've been together for 2 years. It was a long time ago.
You need to update it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Jade. Oh, Jade. Right. So, I don't have anything. That's fine.
This first one is thou shalt know the mercy of the gods. Thou shalt know the mercy of the gods. My hands have been shaded a deep shade of crimson. Thus, I am no saint or heroic spirit. like you believe Jean d'Arc was. Pain. Pain is the reason why we delight in happiness. Overcoming pain shows us what it means to be happy and to be strong. Without pain, there is no happiness. Without happiness, there is no pain. You must fight for what you believe in. Believe to see your dreams come to fruition. Hope awaits us all beyond despair, and salvation thereafter. This thrust shall be one of destruction. La Boissier. Fade away, shall we meet again? Beloved they were. Dark crimson, oh, you are so beautiful. Unusual to love the touch of a poisonous kiss. I do not wish for your compassion, your body, nor your love. I desire none of it. Your strength to overcome and to move forward is all I desire. So I shall never abandon you when you call out my name. I will carry your burden and take the title of always seeing the final moments as you finally lay to rest in this moment. The world reaches its twilight. Honestly, it's heartbreaking. Male, female, and human alike, we are all made of the same substance. In other words, it must be the case. We are made out of the same substance dreams are made of. A vision. That of our own selfish ambition and desires brought to life, one that even Shakespeare cannot stop writing about even as the final moments draw closer. You see, I am but a jade dragon who consistently aims towards the open skies, even if I am a mere imitation of the two jade cities that hover over one another wish for. It is still possible for me to sit on the throne, even if people say it is just a fantasy. Now fall and create a new world, one that humans can never reach. Incinerate them, Shakati, immortality, the likes that what no human hand should never touch, and what we wish to grasp but never can. If ever touched, thou shalt know the mercy of the gods. Karna, the hero given. Okay, so this one, I was having a hard time, trying to distinguish what love is. A lot of people were leaving, a lot of people were dying in my life, and I was listening to Kendrick at the time. This was like, he's one of my favorite artists. I went to his concert yesterday, so this is kind of like a little tribute as well. As you can tell by the whole gear and everything. But this one is called I Want Your Blessing Today. You got love for me. I'd rather you trust me than to love me. And the lights outline your shadow. Just love the sound of space. I'm on the way, got no time to waste. The noise of you being in the way, or am I in the way? Wait, the connection is vague. I want your blessing today. Pick up the phone and call me babe. I just had to do it. Got love for me. Sipping bubbly from the lovely. So just trust me and love me. The drums sound and let me know that love is rage. No, we don't do dates, it's a new age. Next page, the sound of the waves. Misunderstood, but it's all good. I want your blessing today.
All right, just a couple more. Let's make sure. Could I have, please, up here, Mr. Jason? Oh, there we go. Oh. Jason.
Jason, here's Puffy.
Sorry.
Are you really good?
This one is called December 7th, 2017. November 12th. This might be a shock to you, because I know it was a shock to me. But this was something that was on my mind 24/7. This is something that I've denied. We all complain about fake friends, and I know I have, but I was the fakest of them all. I lied to people who I considered family. I lied to people who would do anything for me. But I lied to myself, and I think that's the worst of them all. So I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Would you believe me if I said that I cry while writing this? And every time I think of it, I push it away. and I think of it a lot. I didn't want anyone to know because if I told someone, that would make it real. And I wanted it to be fake. I prayed for it not to be true. Something that's so easy for other people to say will kill me if I say it. What some people wear as pride, I wear as some kind of hidden scar. I didn't want to continue. So maybe I'll rip this up, maybe I'll throw it away, and no one's going to know. November 23rd. It's been a week and I told someone, and I'm glad I did, and they know who they are. But I don't think they realize how much that meant to me. That conversation just helped me out a little more, so thank you. I think the hardest part to this is saying it. It's 2 simple words. 2 words that can get me to cry. The words that just twist up in a knot. It's around 2 a.m. and I can't sleep. I look in the mirror and it might as well have been shattered. I can't even look at myself because I hate the person looking back at me. Because the person looking back at me isn't me. It's this version of me that I made up. It's the version everyone else sees, and I think I need to apologize for that. I want to die. That's a phrase I use. But it's true, because I want the old me dead so this new me can just come out. The me I need everyone to see. I want to say it, so here it is. It's the secret that just kept me up all night. The secret that confused me more than ever. The secret that made me hate myself. I'm gay. And maybe you figured it, but no one knew. No one could have known because I didn't know. I didn't want it to be true, but it's true. And this is me. And maybe now I can learn to accept me, but this shouldn't have to be something I'm forced to accept. This shouldn't be something you have to accept. It should be okay. So maybe now I can stop fighting with this demon, and maybe now I can learn to give myself happiness. And for those around me and those who are close to me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for lying to you, but I hope you can understand why. And I hope you can still look at me, for the new me, because this is me. December 7th, 2017. Today is the day that I did it.
That was awesome.
That was fun.
All right. Mr. Josh Smith, you ready?
Woo! Let's go!
Ryan.
Big shit.
Nobody's like yelling at me to revote.
This one is called If Only You Didn't Lie. If only I had told you what I felt. If only I had told you what you meant to me. If only I had told you how much I love you. If only I had told myself that you loved me. If only I had you in my life. If only I was the person you wanted me to be. If only you didn't hurt me and break me. If only you didn't do this to me, I'd still be the man I used to be. I wouldn't be depressed and not trust anyone, especially me. All this happened because of what you did. You lied to me. This one's called I'm With You. I'm with you late at night when you toss and turn. I'm with you on the sleepless nights while you cry from the pain people put you through. I'm standing tall when you are trying to tear us apart. They can try to hurt us, they can try to break our spirits and our hearts, but I'm with you on those nights. When you feel hopeless and wanting to give up, I'm with you. I'm your armor, I'm here to protect you from harm. I'm the shoulder you can cry on. I'm the one that will be here through sickness and health, till death do us part. I'm always with you, don't ever forget that.
Goes your back. All right. We have just a few more left. That's it. We're already there. If you're interested in experiencing this poetry again, by the way, we're live streaming this one on the internet, and you can watch the poetry happen again if you want on our site, and you can also get a copy of our next book, or this book, I should say, The Coming Storm, where we're reading our poetry from. Now, Jack. All right, can I have this Caitlin Server come on?
This one, I don't know. I didn't take enough anxiety meds for this, but this one's called Butterflies. Now is my time, I guess, my time for uncertainty, my time to question, to do some panicking. Now is my chance to calm down, to be less anxious, to speak for myself, to be confident. I keep swinging back and forth. I'm nauseous, but it doesn't stop. And then the whole future spouse thing, that's a different poem.
Thank you. All right. I don't think Tim's here. Or Natalie. Olive? Yes? All right. Olivia White.
Okay. It's called Inner Ambition. I've always found myself getting into the hardest of situations, in and out of the worst moments, or so I thought. I'm always willing to go through hell and back as long as it means something, and I'm never sure what it means to begin with, but if it speaks to me beyond words and beyond my flesh, I have to dive for it. My inspiration into these little rare things, into these little rare moments, into you. You defeat what I am and define me raw to the bone. You break me down in ways I could never imagine. You've unraveled the skin that holds me together. You've saved me in the silence of all things that go on being ignored. Beneath the skin, where all the chaos is, you've learned to love me there, and I've learned to love every part of you.
All right, and I think it's time for our last poet there of the day. So I'm going to invite Grace.
This one isn't in the book, so just give me like 1 second. I got digging through my phone to find my notes. Okay. I remember every story they wrote on my back. Bruises like words tattooed into my skin in blue and black ink. I remember every kitchen sink surgery your family had to stitch me back together. I remember every happily ever after that never came to pass. We didn't go to school in fairy tales. We went to school in all the gory details of a horror story where monsters made us victims of the comedy. We, the recipients of their punchlines, they hung insults around our necks like signs, inviting anyone to join in. Their words were invisible ink, they tattooed upon our skin.
All right, and I'm going to invite our principal, Robin Geisler, up here to say a few words.
Before I make a presentation to our incredible creative writing teacher, Mr. Mike Mansfield. I wanted to read a poem, and it's in the very front of the book, page 2, and it's for, I'm reading this for Josiah Harding, who couldn't be here today. He gets to see his mom for the first time in 8 years, so be thinking of him. Yeah. And this is my wish for all of you. Time. Now's my time for redemption, my time to prove, to do what I always knew I had to. Now's my chance to succeed, to be the one to speak for the family, to show I am someone worth living, worth love, worth respect and success. I am able to be great, able to do great, able to help those who've helped me, who gave me the hope, who inspired my rise. I'm here to give back what I've taken in vain. So for Josiah. And I have a little presentation to make for Mr. Mansfield. Thank you so much. And we'll put some books, some of them are poetry, some of them are the Groovy Cat, so you'll really enjoy that. And I also wanted to make sure that we recognized the maestro, Mr. Richard Weekly, creative writing teacher from which this all came. He sent me an email of a student from, I don't know, like 10 years ago, saying that the poetry writing had changed her life. And so we really have to give it up for having a voice. It's so, so important. So thank you so much. Don't leave. We're going to take pictures up here, the poets in front, and congratulations. All right.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, come on up, let's give it a picture. So